Good afternoon, dear students. How are you all? I hope that you are all fine and in good health. Today we will start a new lesson. So please bring your books and open it on page 189. Open your books please on page 189. And we will start after 1 minute, waiting the others. Okay, someone of you raising their hands. Any question, girls? Anything you want to ask me? You can use the chat, please. If there is any problem or any question. Okay, girls, today we will talk about, or we will start about in decimal numbers, how to estimate decimals, sums and differences. So I'm waiting the others. I think all of you right here. So girls, today, okay, you write your question please on the chat, Ghazlan. Okay, Elana, when we will start solving exercises, you will be the first, inshallah. So our lesson today is estimate decimals, sums and differences. So you remember, when I want to find the sum or difference between two numbers, first step was how to estimate the answer. Okay, and estimation mostly depends on rounding numbers. So we talked about how to round decimals. So let's today continue with the same idea. How can you estimate decimal, sums and differences? Let's start with the first exercise. Okay. The first exercise on page 189 is how to find the sum and difference for those numbers. Let's start with the first one, how to find the estimate for this sum. 3.4 tenths plus 2.78 hundredths, 4 point or plus 4.19 hundredths. Okay, so to find the answer or the estimate, I have to round the numbers into the nearest whole. So first step, I will round the numbers into the nearest whole, because I knew how to add whole numbers. It's easy for me. So if I want to round 3.4 tenths into the nearest whole, so this is the ones digit, the first digit in the whole. Before the ones I have 4. 4 is less than 5. That's mean I will keep the same number in the, okay, I will keep the same number in the ones, 3, and the digits before it will be 0. So the number will be 3 wholes, okay, or 3 in the ones digit. Now what about this 2.78 hundredths? Look, this is the ones digit right here. Before the ones I have 7. Thank you, girls. So 7 greater than 5, as we said yesterday. 7 is greater than 5. So I will add 1 to the ones. Okay, girls, I am rounding now into the nearest whole, not into the nearest tenth. I want you to focus with me. I am rounding now into the nearest whole. So I have to round into the nearest ones, the first digit in the whole. So I will look at the digit before the 1, which is here 7. 7 greater than 5. So I will add 1 to the ones, so it will be 3, and the other digits before it will be 0. So no need to write it. Thank you, girls. Thank you so much. You can type your answer only one time. Okay, I can't read it. Now what about 4.19 hundredths? Also, this is the ones here. Before the ones I have 1. 1 is less than 5. So I will keep the same number in the ones, and the digits before it will be 0. Okay? So the number after we round those number it will be what? 3 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, so the number will be what? As you said, 3 plus 3 equals 6. 6 plus 4 equals 10. So the answer is 10. So the estimate here is 10. The estimate for the sum is 10. That's mean if I add those numbers, the answer will be close to the estimation. And we will see how to add the numbers. Okay? Now let's see the differences also. The same idea here. Also I have to round. Look, I want to find the subtract between 2 or 27, sorry, 27.95 hundredths minus 11.72 hundredths also. Okay, so how I will find the answer here? Also I have to round the first number into the nearest into the nearest ones. I want to round a number into the nearest ones. So this is the ones digit. Before the ones I have what here? Before the ones I have 9. 9 is greater than 5. That's mean I will add 1 to the ones. So it will be 8. So the number becomes 28. Okay? The number becomes 28. And what about the digits after or before after the point? Okay, the digits up after the point will be 0, so no need to write it. Thank you, girls. Now what about 11.72? This is the ones digit. I want to round into the nearest ones. Before the ones I have also 7. Before the ones I have here 7. 7 is greater than 5. That's mean I will add 1 to the ones. It will be 2. And what about the tens? I will keep it as it is, and the digits before the point or after the point, I'm sorry, it will be 0. Now I will add the rounding numbers to find the estimate. Start with the ones. 8 plus 2 equals 8 plus 2 equals 10. So I will put 0 here and 1 above the tens. Okay, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So the estimation here is 40. And if you add those numbers, the final answer will be close to, sorry, this is a minus, I'm sorry. Okay, this is a minus, girls, not addition. Okay, I will repeat again how to find the difference, not addition here. 8 minus 2 equals 6, thank you, girls. 2 minus 1 equals 1. So the answer is 16, okay? Because this is a subtraction. I'm sorry about that. Now, the estimation will be 16. If you find the difference between those numbers, the answer will be close to this, 16, okay? Now, someone maybe ask me, teacher, can I estimate or round the numbers into the nearest tens? 10, not tenth, okay? 10, okay? I will say for you, yes, of course. Because I want to make the numbers whole. I want to make the numbers whole, okay? So, if you want to round the numbers into the nearest 10, okay? 10. So, what about the number? It will be what? Let's look at the digit before the tens, which is here 7, right? This is 7. 7 before the tens, 7 greater than 5. That's mean I will add 1 to the tens, so it will be 3. And the digits before it will be 0. Okay? Now, what about the number 11? This is the tens digit. Before the tens I have 1. 1 is less than 5. So I will keep the same number in the tens as we learned. And the digits before it will be 0. We didn't write the digits after the point because those zeros will not make any different. Okay, now let's subtract. Now 0 minus 0 equals 0. 3 minus 1 equals 2. So the estimate here is 20, equals 20. So girls, please stop typing on the chat and focus with me. This is very important. Now girls, the estimate maybe will be different. Okay, you will have more than one estimate. You will have maybe 2 estimate, 3, according to what? According to the digit that I will round to it. Okay, so if here I round into the nearest ones, so when you round into the nearest ones, that's mean the number becomes 28. Okay, 27.95 becomes 28. When you round this number into the nearest ones, as we learned yesterday, it will be 12. So the answer for the estimate for the difference, it will be 16. Okay, but if I round the same numbers, I will take the same numbers and I round those numbers into the nearest tens. Here 10 into the nearest 10, the 27.95 hundredths becomes 30. Okay, according to the strategy that we have to use. Okay, and when I round 11.72 hundredths into the nearest tens, the number becomes 10. So the answer for the estimate will be different because the rounded number will be different for me. Okay, so estimate, as we said yesterday, means guess. I have to guess. The number will be close to any number. It will be close to 16 and it will be close to 20. But which number it's more specific for me? Of course this number. This number will be specific for me more than 20. But when I said for you round the number or estimate, I will tell you to choose the rounding into the nearest ones or into the nearest tens. Okay, so here, because the number consists of 2-digit ones and tens before the decimal point, so I can round this number into the nearest ones and it will give you this estimate, and I can round it into the nearest tens and it will give you this estimate. Okay girls, any question? Now write your question please in the chat. Okay, I think this is Noor. Can we change the tens every time? Okay, which tens? I don't understand your question actually, Noor. Which tens? You mean we have to change, we have to round into the nearest tens? Okay, you have to round it into the nearest tens. It's up to you. You can round into the nearest tens. You can round it into the nearest ones if I didn't tell you. Okay? Now you have to write the answers. This is the exercise, the first one in this page, and this is the second one. Okay? So this is A and this is B. If you finish, please type 1 in the chat. Lana, you have any questions here? Type it in the chat, please. If you have any question, type it in the chat. Okay, I will repeat again. It's about rounding, girls. Nothing different from yesterday. First step, I think the sum is very easy for you. How to round 3.4 into the nearest ones. Okay, into the nearest ones. Okay? Also, this number, I have to round it into the nearest ones. It will be 3. 4.19 tenths, or hundredths, sorry. I have to round it into the nearest ones. So, it will be 4. Okay, this is very easy. Then I will add the number. Now what about the difference here? Look, 27.95 hundredths and 11.72 hundredths. In the book he told you, first thing, round the number into the nearest whole. So I want to round the number into the nearest whole, so I will round the number into the nearest ones as we learned. So 27.95 will be 28, 11.72 will be 12, then we will subtract, the answer will be 16. Now in exercise B he told me that take the same number and round the numbers or estimate the number by rounding into the nearest tens. 10. So this is the 10 digit. If I want to round, I have to look at the digit before it. The digit before it, what it is? It's ones here. The digit before it, it's 7. So 27, it will be 30. What about the digits before the point? I know when I want to round the number, all the digits before the 10 will be 0. What about this? 11. I want to round it into the nearest tens also. This is the tens digit. Before it I have 1. 1 less than 5. That's mean I will keep the same number here, and the digit before it here will be 0. That's mean the number becomes 10. There is no need here to write the digit after the point, the zeros. If you subtract, the estimate will be 20. So the estimate in the first case here, it will be 16, and in the second case will be 20. Okay, now we will move to the second page. You remember benchmark? Benchmark okay, Alana, you asked me about why see the after once. I don't understand your question, Lana. Okay, Lana, I will open your mic. Alana, ask me please. I don't understand your question. Lana? Okay, welcome, Mace. Okay, Lana, what's your question? I don't understand it. Again.
You put 27, you see after the 7. And in B, you see 2 and, and 7.
2 and 7, yes, of course, because I have to look at the number before the digit. If I round it to the nearest 10, that's mean I will look at the ones before it. If I round into the nearest 1, I will look at the digit before it, which is here tenths in the decimal. Okay? Now girls, I will solve more exercises for you so you will understand it very well. Okay? Now, use benchmark to estimate 0.118 plus 0.43 hundredths. So if I want to use benchmark, you know benchmark, we call it last year number line. Okay, number line or benchmark, I have to locate the number on the number line and look at the number which is here close to the number. What is the number that it's close to this number, and I can round this number to it. Let's start with the first number, 0.18 hundredths. Look, 0.18 hundredths, okay, I want you to focus with me please. Okay, 0.18 hundredths, it locates between 0 and 0.25 on the number line, and I have to round it into the closest answer, or the closest number on the number line. So look, 0.18, it's close to 0.25 or 0. It's close to 0.25 according to the benchmark. So I can round this number 0.18 so it will be 0.25 hundredths. Okay? Now, someone will ask me, teacher, what about 0.43? Okay, let's locate 0.43. 0.43, it will be between 0.25 and 0.50. Okay? On the number line. So, if I will count, if I want to count, this is 0.50, or sorry, 0.25. After that, 0.30, 0.35, 0.40, this is 0.40, this is 0.45. So it will be between those 2 points. It will be between those 2 points in the middle, right here. Okay? Right here. Okay? So it will be between those numbers, and this is 0.43. Okay? Now I want to see it's close to which number? It's close to 0.5 or 0.25. It's close to any number. Of course, it's close to 0.5. So number 0.43, it's between 0.25 and 0.5. And the closer number to this number is 0.5. So I can round this number into 0.5. Okay? So if you round those numbers 0.18 and 0.43, the first number becomes 0.25. Okay? And the second becomes 0.5. Look at the numbers now. Now, we named those numbers compatible numbers. We named those numbers compatible numbers. What the meaning of compatible numbers? Compatible numbers, I think you took it. You took it. Sorry, on grade 4, I think, or yes, grade 4. Compatible numbers means numbers compute. That's mean you can calculate those numbers mentally. I can calculate the numbers mentally. So like when I said 25 and 30, so we said those numbers are compatible numbers. How I will add those numbers? I will talk about the strategy for adding the numbers, and I want you to focus with me, please. How I will add 0.25 plus 0.5. Okay? First thing, if I want to add two decimal numbers, here I have two decimal numbers. So how I can add the numbers? First thing, I have to order the numbers as we learned in addition between two wholes. So I will order the numbers under each other according to the digit. That's mean I will write first 0.25. Okay? And I have to order the numbers under 0.25 according to the digits. So I will write 0.5. Okay? And then add the numbers. Okay? Then I will add the numbers. So the same strategy in addition between two wholes. I have to order the numbers according to the digits. Hundreds under the hundreds here. Tenth under the tenth. the decimal under the decimal. This is very important, girls. The decimal points must be under each other in addition and subtraction. Okay, the ones under the ones and etc. Here I have only tenth and hundredths. Then I will add the numbers. 5, I have here nothing. That's mean the value of the digit 0, right? So 5 plus 0 equals 5. 2 plus 5 equals 7. What about the decimal point? I will take the decimal point and put it right here under the decimal point on the same location. Now 0 plus 0 equals 0. Okay? So this is the strategy for adding two decimal numbers. So the answer for this addition or this estimate will be 0.75. Okay? This is the estimate for this addition according to the benchmark. So according to the benchmark, I have to round the numbers, then I have to add the estimate or rounded numbers and find the estimate, which is 0.75 hundredths. Okay, the strategy in addition, the same strategy in the whole. Okay, the same strategy in the whole numbers. So I have to order the numbers vertically under each other and add the numbers. Let's see example number 2. In example number 2, I want to subtract between or estimate 0.76 hundredths minus 0.22 hundredths. Okay? So let's locate the numbers on the benchmark. Let's locate the numbers on the benchmark. Now 0.76, it will be between, or it will locate between 0.75 and 1. It will be between 0.75 and 1. So it will be between 0.75 and 1. Where is 0.76 hundredths? Okay, this is 0.76. It will be right here. After 0.75, it will be right here. This is 0.76. Okay? Now I want to see this number is closer to, look, 0.75 or 1. It's closer to which number? It's closer to 0.75. Thank you, Ariam. That's right. So I can round this number into 0.75. So you can round this number into 0.75. Let's see 0.22 hundredths. Now, what about 0.22 hundredths? It will be between 0 and 0.25 hundredths, right? So this is 0.20 or 0.05, 0.10, 0.15, 0.20, 0.25. So it will be between this point and this point, 22. So it will be right here. Okay, it will be right here. This is 0. Okay, I will change the color. It will be right here. Okay, 0.22. Now look at this point. It's close to 0.25 or to 0. I think it's close to 0.25. So the closest answer or the round numbers will be 0.25. And this number becomes 0.25. Now I want to find the subtraction. Okay, the subtraction between two decimal numbers. The subtraction between two decimal numbers. Girls, I will use the same strategy when I want to subtract two numbers, two whole numbers. So I have to order the numbers vertically, but I have to notice that I will start with the bigger one, okay, and then I will subtract. I will order the numbers. Let's start. I will start with 0.75, okay, minus, I will do subtraction. Okay, I will here erase this. First I will write the number 0.25. I will order the numbers under each other according to the digit. The most important thing, the decimal point. The decimal point must be under the decimal point, girls. Then 2 under the 7, 5 under the 5. Okay, girls? Then I will subtract. As we learned, the same strategy. Let's subtract. 5 minus 5 equals what? Equals 0. Very good. 7 minus 2. Put 7 in my mind and put 7 on my fingers and erase 2. Very easy. It will be 5. Thank you, girls. What about the decimal point? I will take it and put it under the decimal point on the same location. Now 0 minus 0 equals 0. So the answer will be what? 0.50 hundredths, or I can say 0.5. Okay? 0.50 hundredths or 0.5. This is how I will find the estimate for difference and sum according to the benchmark. So on benchmark, which exercises, Basma, we didn't do it? This is exercises on page 190. You have to write the answers with me, and we do all exercises on the last page. So girls, on benchmark we have the comparable numbers, the numbers that easy to add and subtract. Okay, comparable numbers, most time the ones digit will be 0 or 5. The ones, or the first digit, sorry, here not the ones, the first digit, the first number will be 0 and 5. So look, this will be 0, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. So we named those numbers comparable numbers. So on benchmark, I have to round those numbers to the closest comparable number. So I have to locate each number, and then I will find the closest answer and round this number into the nearest comparable number. Then I have to add or subtract. The same strategy when you add or subtract whole numbers. Okay? Okay, this is on page 190. This is example 1 and this is example 2. Okay? Because Basma asked me about there is 2 questions we didn't do it. Which 2 questions? Okay, so this is the first exercise, this is the second. Okay, on page 190. Any question, girls? If you have any question, please, you can ask me, please. No question? Okay, girls, so let's move now. If you have a question, type it in the chat, please. If you have any question, type it in the chat. If you have any question, type it in the chat, please. Basma, I think you have a question. Now let's move to page 191 and solve the first exercise, this one. Okay, I think we have 2 minutes, so let's solve exercise number 1. Okay, so here to find the estimate, use rounding to estimate the answer. The same strategy that we use it on the first exercise. Okay, girls, now I think we have only 2 minutes, so I want you to share with me on the chat, and tomorrow, inshallah, you will share and I will open the mic for you. Okay, so if I want to round this number into the nearest whole, as we said on the first exercise, okay, let's round it into the nearest whole. This is the ones digit. Okay, before the ones digit, it's 3, right? 3 less than 5, right? That's mean I will keep the same number in the ones digit. Okay, it's 2, and the digits before it will be 0. So no need to write the digits before it, because the zeros here has or have no value. So this number becomes 2. Let's see, 1.5, 1.9, sorry. I want to round this number into the nearest ones. So before the ones I have 9. 9 greater than 5, that's mean I will add 1 to the 1, it will be 2, and the digits before it will be 0. Now this number, this is the ones digit, 5.23 thousands, hundreds. Before the 5 I have 2. Girls, just type one time, please. Don't type many times. Now before the 5 I have 2. 2 less than 5, that's mean I will keep the same number, it will be 5, and the digits before it will be 0. Now let's add the numbers. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Okay? Okay. Okay, girls, so this is we will solve only this question. The other questions we will solve it tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, so I hope that you understand it very well. Tomorrow we will continue the lesson. Thank you so much for attending today, and